Hello, welcome to EDUF 7134, Classroom Assessment and Data Literacy. My name is Dr. Eric Hogan, and first I want to welcome you to the course, and it is a distance class, so something to consider as you're moving forward in this. But what I want to do is provide a welcome video and basically go over the syllabus, basically go over my expectations. So to get started, if you don't have your syllabus in front of you, pull it out and you can kind of follow along as I'm talking. But take a look. My email is ehogan@georgiasouthern.edu. I'm in 2121 in the College of Education building if you're ever on campus. So you're more than welcome to come visit me. My cell phone is 757-613-3959. I give this out instead of my office number because I find that it's more accessible. So, but that said, also, treat it professionally. So, I will be hosting office hours from 10 to 12 on Wednesdays in 2121. And as we start in the semester, I'm going to start scheduling some online office hours. And they'll be through either the chat function or through WebEx. And I bring that up because it is actually part of your assessment to attend 3 hours for office hours to basically have me touch base with you and make sure you're kind of understanding the content. So, but again, take out the syllabus. In the previous email, I said to take a look at the Popham book, Test Better, Teach Better, the Instructional Role of Assessment. It's pretty good. Does a good overview of assessment. I think it was like $8 online for used copies, and I think that's where I would go to get it. So, and then there's going to be other readings associated with the modules. And so, how this class is going to be set up is basically there's going to be something due every week outside of Thanksgiving, or to do every week. There'll be assignments, posted on the schedule, and you'll see that. But there'll be how the modules are going to be set up is there's going to be PowerPoints, there's going to be videos, and there's going to be basically readings outside of the Popham book. I can't upload the Popham book. So just kind of follow along, and basically when you get into Folio, click on Module 1 and you'll see. Click on Module 2 and you'll see. So, and again, hopefully it makes sense as we start the semester, as we move forward a little bit. But basically my goal in this course is to basically either reintroduce you to some assessment aspects or talk about a few things that are probably novel to you. So selective response and constructive response, I know y'all probably all at least seen it, probably utilized it yourself. But then there's things like discrimination and difficulty indexes. There's things like social network analysis that we're going to be talking about to basically talk about formal and informal assessment. And so my goal by the end of this semester is to have all of us, myself included, become learned in, how do we actually understand what students know, and how are we actually communicating our goals with them? How are we actually working with our students to better our students? Because that's ultimately our goal as educators. So take a look on page 1 of the syllabus. You'll see course requirements. I already talked about the modules. There will be 8 discussion postings, and you'll see these again on the schedule. Each worth 5%. They're 40%, and there'll be directions for them, basically to follow along. And so there'll be prompts, and then there's a rubric to actually have for the discussion. Basically, and it'll make more sense once you take a look at the rubric. But basically, you'll reply to the original posting, and then you'll reply to peers as well. And so I like the discussion aspect because you're able to hear different perspectives, and I think that's worthwhile as educators. So there is a final exam worth 25%. That's going to be it's more or less cumulative, but it's one of those. It's not multiple choice or anything like that. It's take home and kind of allowing yourself to express what you learned from this course. So more to come much later on in the year. I know you're not even thinking about finals right now, but again, it's something that you need to consider as you're enrolled in this course. There is a select a response assessment worth 10% of your grade, where you're going to basically be creating a quiz, and a quiz without error. An error being things that allow kids to guess or something along those lines. And we're going to talk about that throughout the semester. And I say this for the constructive response as well. The constructive response is dealing with writing a rubric. I know most of you have done this. If you are willing to take your quizzes or something you've wrote and kill two birds with one stone, absolutely. But before you submit, make sure they're perfect. Make sure they're error-free, or at the very least trying to be error-free. And we'll talk about this later on in the semester as well. So, and I mentioned there'll be attendance of 3 mandatory office hours. And so once I get that set up and kind of figure out everyone else's schedule, we can schedule something online, and so I can, again, hear from you, and so you can hear from me a little bit. Another goal of this course is to really be present, because I know it's kind of odd taking a distance class sometimes. I want you to recognize that my goal as an educator is to be there for everyone in my class, regardless of age, but it's something that I try to be pretty quick turnaround with email, pretty quick turnaround with phone, or if you ever want to drop by my office, preferably during office hours, but I'll be here quite frequently. But I say all that to say, don't be a stranger. So, and I'm trying not to be a stranger as well. I'll try not to be just a voice behind a computer. I'll actually try to be a person behind the computer and recognize that you're actually working with that. So if you go to page 2, you can see your typical A, B, C, your breakdown. And then if you look at the course schedule, you can see when discussions are due. You can also see readings. Now, the pop-in book they're pretty short reads for each chapter, so hopefully that takes away some kind of angst. I know reading can be angsty sometimes, but I will say this, and that was preached to me, as grad students, you have to be reading, and that's something that that you just have to build into your repertoire at this point. So, and you can see different topics we're going to be talking about. See Thanksgiving, you can see finals. And so, again, if you have any questions on this, please feel free to email me. But I think once you see the course skeleton, I think it'll make a lot more sense. So if you go to the next page, you see a couple of class policy statements. Basically, these are pretty standard. If you have accommodations, please let me know quickly so I can deal with that. But if accommodations do come throughout later in the semester, just keep me posted, and I'm certainly open to working with those as well. All assignments are due by midnight, 11:59 Eastern Standard Time on the day it's due. One thing I will mention is that, yes, it is a distance course. That means you have to take responsibility of your own learning, and that's something that I know that is that also creates a lot of anxiety for students. And again, hopefully, once you see the skeleton, it'll make a lot more sense and go, okay, I can handle this course. So, but you can take a look at all the class policy statements. The one on the final page I just want to direct you to is number 11. The instructor reserves the right to amend the content, structure, and pacing of the course as is necessary. I say that because I'm human, and things come up in my lives as they do in yours. So I'll leave you with this for this video. First, again, welcome to the course. And secondly, don't be a stranger. Let me know what's going on in your life, because if I don't know, then I can't help you. If I do know, then I can help you. So be flexible with me, and I'll be flexible with you, and hopefully we can learn together and create a positive relationship, positive collaboration. So I look forward to hearing all of you, or hearing from all of you as the course moves forward.